it feels weird not wearing my jersey on a Thursday. That's so strange. I mean, it feels like only yesterday that I wore my jersey on like the first day of the NFL regular season. I'll be honest, I can't remember who played that day. All I know is I think I got that game correct. I don't know. So, yeah. It feels so different now that the NFL season is winding down. Before I get more into that, happy Thursday, everyone. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Well, my low is a couple of things. One, it was actually colder out yesterday than it was the day before. So, like, I'm wearing another layer underneath this shirt, if you can't tell. In fact, you can sort of tell by the sleeve right here. And I could still barely stand being outside. Get the feeling, unfortunately, I'm probably gonna, wearing extra layers is gonna be the status quo for the next bare minimum 40 days. Actually, that would only put us in be 22, maybe almost at the end of February. Actually, what am I kidding? It'll probably be 50 days. That'll put us smack dab at February 28th. Which, hopefully Rita's opens then. That'd be awesome. I'd love for Rita's to open. They technically don't open until pretty much the first day of March, which would be a Saturday. But March 1st is a Saturday, February 28th is a Friday. I could totally see Rita's opening right then and there on the 28th. It'd be awesome if it did. Here's to hoping. So it was cold yesterday. I didn't really get much of a chance to see my mom, all for about maybe a couple of minutes, because she had to work. So I mean, I got to be with my dad for a little bit. That was part of my high. I actually got to see someone really important yesterday. Actually, both of my appointments I had yesterday went well. There are some people that I haven't seen in definitely before the holiday. So that was nice. Got to ask how their Christmas and New Year's was. That was a lot of fun. And I mean, I legitimately felt better overall. My act of kindness is that I brought my parents' garbage in, which is nice. I mean, usually when I visit my folks, obviously bringing them their garbage is top priority on a Wednesday if it's already not brought in. I thought about shoveling their driveway yesterday, but the layer of snow in their driveway was so thin that it really wasn't worth shoveling. A little bit of wind and the snow had just blown away anyway. I'm also actually kind of amazed how both fast and how slow this week has been. It's great that we're at Thursday already, but I don't know, I get the feeling maybe it's functioning at in those YouTube videos where if a fast week would be if you ever go to any YouTube video and you look at the settings and you go to playback speed, it feels obviously normal is at 1. Half speed would be 0.5 or 3/4 speed, I think. It's still going a little bit fast, but not it feels parts of the week have been really slow. And I get it. It's been, again, it's January, it's cold, it's depressing. I mean, it's just 7 o'clock in the morning right now. And, well, we're kind of getting a little bit of blue sky. I'd say it's still dark out, but you can kind of see the blue sky a little bit. Which means if I can see blue sky, it means it's going to be colder out today. Oh yeah, fun fact, I actually want it to be cloudy out this time of year, so it's a little bit warmer. If you see like a clear blue sky, like, because like the clouds like sort of keep the heat trapped or something. With no sky, with no clouds, like the warm, whatever warm air there is, excuse me, is going to escape, and then it's going to be cold and not very pleasant. Honestly, I'm a little bit conflicted on what I'm going to be like doing this weekend. There's something I want to do. By the way, this is probably going to be a pretty low-key, sort of like quiet video. It's a little too early in the month for me to do an arc thoughts on Dragon Ball. But I do plan on doing the Universe 6 arc by at the end of the month. I have been working on my top 11 Super Bowl matchups I want to see. I'll be doing that video on Saturday. Something you're going to be hearing throughout the next couple of days as I work on it even further is picking like whatever your top 3 are the easiest. And I would say next should be whatever your bottom's going to be. And full stop, I have just about all 11 matchups I want to see like down. I have to A, write them down, and B, figure out what order I'm going to put them in. Because I just said a second ago that figuring out like your top 3 are going to be easy. I've been going back and forth between whatever's number 1 and whatever's number 2 respectively for literally since Sunday night. Like after the Vikings-Lions game, I really have been going back and forth as to what my number 1 and my number 2 is going to be. Although, no matter what I pick, I'm sure, for whatever ridiculous reason there is, it's probably going to be another... Actually, I don't want to give it away. Because the matchup I was about to say is actually one of my picks. I just realized. I can tell you, I have a few matchups that had never been seen before. A couple of which feature teams that have never won a Super Bowl before. Obviously, I have to have a few Super Bowl matchups. Super Bowl rematches, I mean. One or two. Yeah, I'd say about there's 2 that you wouldn't expect to see. And yes, I do have the Super Bowl matchup that everybody wants to see. I'm not going to say what number it is yet, but I definitely put it on there. In fact, actually, again, I don't want to give it away. Let's see. What else? Well, the only other thing I really could talk about is the fact that Chuck Conroy completed Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. That was his 50th Let's Play. Holy cow. Like, 50? I remember when he was still in like the single digits in terms of the number of Let's Plays he's done. Although speaking of Sugar Conroy, I'm also glad that the Runaway guys are back. It was so weird. Like, after they did Kirby Star Allies, they were gone for like a year. I was almost convinced that the Runaway Guys like broke up, which would be odd because two of them lived together as roommates. But they're back with Super Mario Wonder. If you haven't seen the Runaway Guys, check them out. Basically, it's if you don't know who the Runaway Guys are, it's Chucky Conroy, Proton John, and Nintendo Capri Sun. They're all Let's Players, and they get together and they do like multiplayer games. Like Mario Party was the first one they did. They've done a few of the new Super Mario Brothers games. They've done a couple of Kirby games. Sometimes they'll do games that Emil or Chucky Conroy hasn't done yet. Like they did Star Fox 64, which, as someone who all but mastered that game, literally one of the most painful things I've ever seen was watching Chucky Conroy struggle against the boss on Zonus. Like, I don't want to give away what happens. You just gotta see it for yourself. But for like, after they did Kirby Star Allies, and like they hadn't come out with like anything, like what happened to them? Like from time to time I think about them, but then I immediately forget. And then they came out with Super Mario Brothers Wonder. That's like the most recent Super Mario Brothers game where like one of the power-ups is you transform into an elephant, which, okay, elephants are cool. So it's great to see the Runaway Guys are back. But speaking of them, Chucky Conroy, back to Chucky Conroy. When he first did the finale for Bowser's Inside Story a few weeks ago, he said that his first clue for whatever his next Let's Play is going to be is a game that, in terms of release order, had come out between two games that he has already Let's Played. Now, if you've been watching me long enough, well, first of all, you know that Chucky Conroy has been has been the YouTuber I've been watching the longest, by far, since August of 2009. So, it'll be 16 years this August. That's insane. But that's how long I've been watching him. And the one game I've always wanted to see Chucky Conroy do is Legends of Zelda Twilight Princess. And here's the thing. His hint was, it's a game that came out in between two Let's Plays he's already done. In terms of like really big releases for Zelda, it was Majora's Mask, which he did, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword, which he did. He did Majora's Mask and Skyward Sword. Twilight Princess came in between. That's my one... I mean, listen, if he's going to do Twilight Princess, now would be the perfect time to do it. Especially when, during the Runaway Guys episode of one of the episodes about Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Chucky Conroy said he likes Twilight Princess, but he acknowledges that the intro to that game is really long. Like, probably the longest in it, longer than Skyward Sword was. Now, listen, if you're playing any video games at any capacity nowadays, you need to have an intro. How long the intro takes depends on the game developers and what the game mechanics are and what you're going to have to deal with throughout your playthrough. So, yeah. I can see Chucky Conroy easily doing Twilight Princess this time around. I can't really think of anything else he could do. I mean, I guess maybe he could do Kirby Robobot. Maybe. But that's really about the only other thing I can think of that he could do. Well, I mean, technically he could do Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time and Darkness. And Sky. Probably Sky would be the one he'd do. Because that did come in between Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Pokemon Black and White. So maybe. Nah, I'm convinced. I think if he's ever going to do Twilight Princess, I think now he's finally going to do it. But again, that's just me. Yeah, I can't think of anything else he could do. I really can't. Like, I'm trying to think of... I mean... Could he actually do Xenoblade Chronicles X? I mean, that did come in between Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Man, I don't know. Well, whatever it is, I'm sure I'll be happy. Well, I'm absolutely positive I'll be happy to watch it. And I look forward to it. I hope y'all like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video for all you guys watching. Enjoy for today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always be here to let me know what's back. Take care. Make good choices. 607 all day, baby.